what heroes excel at defending their triangle? Winter Wyvern, Tidehunter.
VP's lineup.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's going to be aggressive versus defensive here.
I like an aggressive game. We can make cases for both teams to have a good start to this best of 3, but who's going to take it in the end? We're going to find out together with Cap and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Sheev and the panel. I'm Kyle, joined by the virtual man behind me, Cap. Very excited for this loser bracket final, Virtus Pro versus PSG.LGD. Cap, how you doing, sir?
Yes.
Prepare for battle. Wanna play with fire? Wanna play with fire?
Death from above. Tidehunter next time.
And shout out to production, of course, putting my name first in the casting duo. And I would agree, yes, I think Tundra was expected to be good, but not just, you know, 2-0ing VP in pretty dominant fashion good, as they'll, of course, await the winner here. But both these teams will be attending TI, probably the last time we're going to see them play. And VP, I think, maybe with a bit more to prove. You know, PSG.LGD, they're just kind of having fun. Zhao 8's playing Spearbreaker mid, like, whenever he can. So, definitely having fun when we see them on the webcams. But going off what the panel said, I agree. I kind of like Wisp as this... Have we seen them play Wisp, actually, this tournament yet, Cap? I don't think so.
The battle begins.
Yeah, he played yesterday, Cap. I was testing you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The Night Stalker 5 is something that Fada pretty much innovated by himself, and it'll be interesting to see how... I believe it's actually the same support duo that VP used yesterday, the Lion and the Wyvern, and the Night Stalker of Fada was very instrumental in getting onto the backline, AoE silencing, and taking them down. So, be curious to see if VP adjust or adapt.
First blood. First blood.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's a sick decision to start with the tri-lane. And Viper, you can even see from Faith Beyond's items, starting with 3 mangoes, this is not the lane. Like, you expect to just spam Nether Toxin, shove, do this, you know, get the hard camp available. And instead, when you die, like, your whole hero is kind of predicated on applying pressure. You can't do that when you start from this far behind, and you can't do it into 3 heroes, certainly. You drop Nether Toxin, but the 2 supports run at you, shove you off the XP, and if you look, Medusa already level 3 with perfect wave control as well. Yeah, it was pretty silly. You just kept Nether Toxin level 1 for, you know, the entire game. You go 4-1-4 and it still clears stacks for you. Significantly nerfed. Yeah, It's very good for my old fingers. I was looking at some of the commentary about Zhao Wei, who's obviously getting some love for his plays, and you know, I see a lot of parallels between myself and Zhao Wei. You know, we don't do so well in the laning phase, but you know, if you can get us to 10 minutes, we start to utilize that experience. Maybe Zhao Wei a bit better than me, but remains. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I love the build too. You know, no points Gush, just got 2 points in the damage block by level 3. And yeah, it's a Wisp and a Sven, right? These heroes don't offer much threat to Tidehunter. If DM wants to pull creep waves, like Wisp is just tickling him. So I think it's a really heads up decision. Something, you know, it's surprising we haven't seen more tri-lanes, right? It's just like the scene as a whole decided to be honorable and just always 2 versus 2, even if it would be more advantageous to occasionally place both your supports in a safe lane.
Where are you watching?
Dyers are scanning.
A bit. It's also, you know, it's approaching like TI time, right? I feel like that's always the tournament where people will put a lot more thought. It's, I think, also a bit of why like Tundra has done so well this tournament, and I think why is he dead? Yes. But if you watch Tundra, like even in their, you know, pre-0 minute plays, like they're making moves for vision for First Bloods, and they're really game planning this, like even pre-laning stage part of the game, and I think it's a big part of why they just effectively come out of every lane with a lead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're feeling themselves. And this is kind of the dream. You know, VP's lineup is something that you really can't fight into. It's PSG.LGD that we're supposed to be aggressive, right? They want to end this laning phase early, buy space for Ame, and then roam around the map with the Zhao Wei Pango. And right now, VP, you can't really fight into them once they get all of their ultimates up and running. And Medusa at some point just going to rotate jungle, take stacks, has a huge level advantage up top. They'll start smacking him, but unlikely to do too much damage.
Is under attack.
Now you're fish food.
Yeah, and I think Nightstalker did die, so full XP going to the Viper. It's quite nice. Yeah, I didn't really see that one coming, gotta say. Just, I don't know if if poor Nightfall did either, because you just don't expect that. It's like, okay, I guess. I'll take that trade. But Ame, you know, it is Wisp Sven at the end of the day. This gives Sven the needed mobility and a little bit of a farming buffer, and theoretically you hit 6 on Wisp pretty quickly. He's approaching 5, so maybe 8-9 minutes into the game we'll see that first reload potential, and it's pretty formidable if like a Pango shows up and then the reload comes in.
Dire structures are fortified.
You look ravaged.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hard to say. I don't think you're on a clock necessarily. I think you just have to be sure you're taking fights with decent vision. You're gonna find, oh, this is gonna be a kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Regeneration.
But yeah, VP, their team fight's quite solid, and running into them is not something that's going to work out. It's going to be about vision control, specifically using the Night Stalker. Kevin did a really nice breakdown of how Tundra did it yesterday, and I think that's the man to watch. Yeah, you'll need the cover of darkness, but if you look at the VP lineup, the Tidehunter and the Medusa, they're going to have to act as buffers, and they want to absorb the damage as the PSG.LGD team fight begins. And if instead you're able to find a support, you know, yesterday VP was running, it was Wyvern, Omni, and Lion Omni, and they would end up just dying at the start of each fight. And that's what LGD have to do. Just 9 minutes in. He's gonna have a mech finished soon as well. That is a huge timing. Still, I think one of the... It's a very underutilized item nowadays, and obviously a hero like Wisp will almost always pick it up, but you know, 275 health is significant, especially considering that there's really nothing that is going to reduce any sort of healing early on in the game. AA, of course, falling out of the meta as well.
Top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
I remember like the old days of Dota. You just saw mech rushes every game and go push.
Money to burn. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Got you.
Without supports level 6, you don't really have the ability to get in here. And that's the kind of fight you kind of dream of, you know, 3 heroes just chasing down your Tidehunter with Ravage available, but there's just no one who can respond. You know, you would need GPK and probably both supports, but right now, VP, you're going to bleed a core here and there, but you're getting farm on your Medusa. GPK is scaling. He does have bots complete, now with an Invis Rune hunting bottom, but we'll just farm the wave instead.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, this Night Stalker 5 is some serious business. Like, just solo killed the Wyvern, and I don't know of like any other hero. You know, you can't fly away from him. The clear vision. It's just such an insane hero. Like, he's 1 in 4, but still feels incredibly solid. But darkness on cooldown.
Little treasures.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. structures are fortified.
Not bad. I mean, they just stood strong.
Radiant's middle
A little
tower
early on the
is
Medusa
under
ulti, but
attack.
does force PSG.LGD away.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Still an even game. Ame, yeah, you checked it out. Most last hits of 12 minutes, but this is the downside of tri-laning safe lane, right? You secure your Deuces game. Fate Beyond took a lot of pressure, but, you know, it meant that GQ on the Wisp, he can go stack. Ame gets every CS, and probably one of, if not the best carry in Dota at the moment, so not surprising that he is setting records, even as, well, here we are on our final day. Went for the mask event. Yeah, blink. Okay. I like this because now you've got the blink on Zhao 8 as well. You're going to have Night Stalker running forwards. Yep, there it is. Yep. Yep, exactly. And this is kind of the dream, right? Your goal of VP's one big weakness is that if you can bypass the beef at the front of their draft and get onto the support duo and the Lina, like, they're gonna get blown up. So it's gonna be all about aggression, and look for DM to really be the key here. Him and Kingslayer need to have combo break potential utilizing their ultimates so that you can prevent Ame from just hopping on top of some support and two-shotting them with God Strength available.
Dire are scattered.
Yep. There's nothing you can really do to control him on the side of VP. Sure, curse, but no, there's no real physical damage on PSG.LGD with the exception of the Sven. They did another toxin in time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, what?
Just when I needed.
Was his stun on cooldown?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Huh, well, either way, that was a very odd move, and you know, this is the danger of the Tidehunter in this game, is that you're playing against one of the only heroes in Dota that has this break mechanic. So if you get stunned in Nether Toxin, you just die. And that's exactly what happens here. Nether Toxin goes down, there's 0 procs, the Kraken Shell, and suddenly VP, yeah, they were ready for this, but you can't TP back in. I want to see what happens here with GPK, because he had stun, and he just... Yeah, well done by Ame though to avoid the curse, and then that blink through just secures his.
I give them a hand.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. No, it's he has a lot of similarities with Zai, I feel, where they're often given like the short end of the stick, and you know we used to call the off lane the accept that role at times, but never, to your point, like they don't lose focus, right? They get the most out of their game, and I think that's something you kind of have to learn through competitive experience, because you think about playing, you know, some typical matchmaking, you always feel like you have to like win the game for your team. It's a different kind of player who can accept, like, look, I'm gonna have a bad game, but I'll try to make it the best that I can.
Double damage.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it's a free Roche. They're not gonna have the time, and Naha's somewhere very angry. Maybe they make it here, but the DD
Fallen to the Radiant.
ensures they finish in time. How did he get up there? Do you have a Tumblr story?
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
okay.
is under attack.
A DIY force staff, 7 minutes into the game. Talk about
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jow's just in. Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Where are you watching?
You look ravaged.
Yeah. I was about to say the same. Like, this just feels bad. Oh, hang on, GPK. No God strength, so just a little poke. But yeah, I don't actually know what DM's supposed to do. Like, he just dies there. Like, Faith Beyond leisurely arrives like 10 seconds after Zhao Wei starts fighting him. You just can't do anything. You can't. Good TP. All the reload.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this Night Stalker, just so much impact. Like, yeah, uses darkness, maybe it'll be slightly squandered, but look at the vision control. A huge ward deep in the dire side of the map, and now he'll likely look to place one more. Nope, just TPs away.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Wait.
attack.
Yeah, don't want to fight during daytime. Medusa theoretically does beat Sven. It's much easier to kite him as the game progresses. The Scotty certainly assists, but Ame right now has that item edge, 2.5k net worth, but more importantly, his squad just has more ability to jump. And end of the day, Nightfall, you can't go toe-to-toe with the Sven, and I'm concerned right now for the VP peel potential, because this Wyvern, he's in fear for his life, like all game. He's going to be ran at by the Night Stalker, by Zhao Wei on the Pangolier, and if they can take him out first, PSG.LGD
Radiant's
just
bottom
kill
tower
everybody.
is under attack.
You need the combo break from VP. These long fights, get a Stone Gaze off.
Dire are scanning.
VP, they're going to have to acquire some jump of their own. But it is difficult because, again, the Night Stalker factor, the Wisp, you're always going to have this vision advantage on PSG.LGD. It's just going to be harder for VP to find the right fights and initiate properly. Hold bash.
Where did you come from?
No. Yeah, this is the key hero, and you just like Pangolier ultimate only really counterable by this one spell in this game from VP, and the benefit of Ame being nearby means it just turns into a kill on the mid instead of a kill on your own offlaner. That's why he receives the tip. Maybe a bit of a miscue. Ame could have waited a little bit longer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I don't believe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And it's relatively even. I mean, it is an even game. And the butterfly timing for Nightfall is going to be huge. You don't really want to buy MKB on Sven. Wanted to say, I haven't seen too many Svens go for the double initiating tools. You know, both the Silver Edge to go with the Blink Dagger. So his damage output, you know, going Satanic next. There's no Daedalus, so it's not the raw right-click damage, which I somewhat expected. I think it was it Skeeter? It might have actually been Ame going the Bloodthorn, which I think is the ideal item on a Sven against Medusa, because you remove the butterfly as this huge threat. I guess just he could solo kill the Tide now, right? And follow Y, perhaps get an opening on a support too. It is a good tool, because if you have the vision advantage, being able to blink in out of invis is guaranteed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was incredible. Like, exactly what they wanted. Sven jumps immediately for the Medusa. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad ensures Wyvern unable to... Like, that's perfect initiation from PSG.LGD. All set up in a way that ward that Y placed like 5 minutes ago, still on the high ground, just enough time to ensure they got that great jump. And if you're playing with both darkness and a deep ward, there's just no way VP... Like, how can you prepare for this? You had no idea what was coming until they were already on top of you.
Dire's middle
That's a
barracks
Rex.
are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
I'm shocked he went for the Silver Edge build himself.
Science magic.
They're afraid. Oh my, they're so
Dire's
afraid.
top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and it's something to watch. Like if you're an aspiring Dota pro, like this is beautiful to see. You're losing a hero. If you can't help him or save him, do your job and acquire map control, right? As Faith Beyond's dying, PSG.LGD are pushing 3 lanes. And think about what that's now done to VP. You had this window where, you know, this Viper is dead, but they're all in base. They're actually just all back in their base, and it just feels bad because PSG.LGD, even though they're not really looking for a team fight, they still have all this map control. The dire top jungle was just cleared. It left for you. Ooh. Yeah, this is the dream. They want this DD. They have a great ward as well. Like, you won't get better vision than this at nighttime.
Before me.
The DD to boot. They really want to fight, but PSG.LGD, they just disappear. Go back to the area of the map you're sure that you have control over. Roshan up as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, great job. It's all about the vision, Cap. Like that fight, that's PSG.LGD running into a high ground ward already placed by VP. They dropped the sentry, they sniped the Sven, and they forced defensive abilities. Ame is the sole real source of damage for his team. So if you apply so much pressure early on, the Stone Gaze, like the threat of the Ravage, like, yeah, like, why is supposed to be doing this? He did his job. He found the Wyvern, but there's no damage. That comes out late. So the Ravage is now perfectly timed, and all of a sudden, you're just in trouble. And it all comes down to vision, controlling the high ground. Really nice by VP, but Ame also probably didn't need to do that a little too aggressive, but that is, you know, pushing your limits, right? That's what you gotta do as a carry. And just one final point, the Medusa has the Elven Tunic in addition to the Butterfly, so 46% evasion right now, and there's no MKB on Sven. There's no source of accuracy, no Bloodthorn, so if they try to go for Dusa like they did in that fight, the Ancient camp way before, I don't know if that works anymore. Sven misses half his hits.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah. And the evasion fact is huge. Like, yeah, there's a Rax. Yeah, PSG.LGD still have a slight gold lead, but this is anybody's game. And you could even argue VP slightly favored here, like 60-40, because Dusa, at a point, is just still in spitting distance net worth-wise.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Huge 5-on-3, no Ravage, which you don't necessarily need it. There's no God Strength
Radiant
anymore.
structures are fortified.
Hey, he's just running for creep waves. Ame, like, the build, he's very durable. You saw him
Radiant's bottom tower
tanking almost every ability from the side of VP, but there just wasn't enough damage.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
That's exact.
Dire are scattered.
Yep. And you can see, it's all the Wyvern though, right? Because the goal was to kill DM right off the bat, but there's a Cold Embrace, and suddenly you got to be cautious. Again, a sick curse onto the Pango near his Sven during ultimate. So GPK just finished. The Jowade has zero impact in that team fight. Later on, you kill him. Oh, the Invis.
Radiant's turret has
The Satanic.
Keeps her promise to return. The snake strikes back.
Were you watching? Sex.
Yeah, of course. Meanwhile, Watch just chasing away the supports all by himself. This is 100% dead Medusa. Might take a little while. What? What? Oh my god. How many hits was that though with no bash? That's rolling the dice right there. Oh man, that fight should be so much worse for VP, but they made some pretty critical mistakes, to be honest. And yeah, I guess they swashbuckled overlap. So how many hits with no bash? 1, 2, 3. That's a good point, yeah. 4 attacks, let's say half landed, and he just missed the roll. Anyway, GPK, he just stands in melee range, right? If he doesn't let Ame get off those satanic attacks, he's not going to heal, and you're likely going to find that kill. And save, when he went for that secondary initiation, he hexed the Sven instead of saving any disable for the relocate. So Shinkyu with a really nice play to ensure his carry survives, but just a little uncharacteristic from VP. They give Ame a bit of a gift and a slight lead now still for PSG.LGD. 1 Rax. There's the Bloodthorn we were waiting for. What item did he replace? Sanjin Yasha, I think? No, he never had that. Echo Saber. Yeah. But it's now where we see a bit of a shift, right? Because it was just unkillable because of all the evasion stacking, whereas now Ame has that answer.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I think you can, just because if Pango and Sven are both on top, you know, the disarm proc that renders Medusa somewhat useless. Will be useless. Oh, hang on.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, that was really nice BKB discipline though from Ame, because if he gets cursed while his BKB is running, that is very bad for PSG.LGD, because now they know, look, we can just kite a bit. That Stone Gaze usage is suddenly a very good thing, because you'll trade that for the Sven BKB. You'll still have Ravage, you still have follow-up initiation from your Line and your Lina, but if he holds it and then looks to go onto the Tidehunter as he did, you put DM in a position where all he can do is run away. And again, VP, They lose a bit, but not too much, but it's certainly getting scary for them because of this late game vision advantage that you get with your Night Stalker. Now with the gem as well. It really starts with vision, and if you look around the map right now, there's 0 wards placed from VP, so it's continuing to control the map, continuing to try and get. Okay, just kidding. What you want to do is get a DD to spawn top, and then you run in as 5.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That is okay. Well, wow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That just happened.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. LGD.
It took them like the decision.